Hey guys, how's it going? This is Dilmer again and welcome back to my channel. So on the previous episode, we completed the car. We added all the details that we needed for the car. Now on this episode, I'm going to focus on adding materials. So let's get to it. Alright, so on this episode, we're going to be naming our objects because if you look at it right now, we have been duplicating a lot of the objects and they don't have a friendly name associated with them. So I want to start naming them because when we apply materials to them, it's going to be easier to determine what they are. So let's see. So I'm going to select the right wheel, front right wheel. So I'm just going to actually wheel front right, and then I like to start with what the object type is as the name at the beginning first. So rear right, and then we'll do the same thing with this one. This is gonna be our left, and then this is gonna be our front left. Okay, so we have that, and then the license plate. I'm gonna say back license plate, and the same thing with the one in front. It's gonna say front license plate. And our front lights, I'm gonna say love, or headlights. And we'll do the same thing with this one. So it's gonna be right headlight. And for our side mirrors, we're gonna do side mirror left and side mirror right. Okay, so that's, now we have everything named, so it's much easier to find. I'm gonna move this one tiny bit. Alright, so the next thing that I want to do, I want to add some materials to the windows on the car. So for that, let's go to project, and we're going to create a new material. I have a lot of materials already in place for the house, but in the material folder, I'm going to basically right click in the empty area and go down to material. And we're gonna call this one windows. And we're gonna go into face mode, and I'm going to select that face, select the face on the back, select the face on the left of the car, and finally drag and drop the window. Okay, so we have them all assigned. So if you go to window, it's all white. That's really not how we want it to look like. So we're gonna select the window material, and actually instead of doing a rendering mode opaque, we want to do transparent. So we're going to add transparency so it looks more like a window. And I'm going to change the alpha a tiny bit. And if we go into game view, you can see, there we go. We're seeing the wheel on the front, and it doesn't really look okay. The reason for that, see, it looks like we're actually gonna go inside of this car. It looks like we don't have a face inside to hide that. So I'm going to go into edge mode and select the two edges on each side. So I'm going to select, let's go back to till I can select the edge. That's the one that I want. Nope, that's not the one that I want. It's a little hard to select it when you have so much going on the scene. Alright, so it looks like I can only select. Oh, I see what's happening. Well, that's okay. Let's go to face mode. And I'm going to actually select the face, and we're going to extrude up a tiny bit. Actually, let's go back. And I want to select both. Actually, all of them that are inside. And we're going to extrude them a little bit, go up, so we can add a little bit of an edge on each side. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the face on one of them, and we're going to extrude. So what I don't want it to happen is I don't want to show the wheel on the front left when we're from that camera angle. So you can kind of see, now we cannot see anything through. So, and don't really worry about the details inside. Nobody's going to see that. So it depends on how much detail. If you wanted to show the details inside, we could go into modeling. We're not gonna do that for this episode. So there we go. Those are the windows. And let's actually do the same thing with the body of the car. So the way that I want this car to look like, I don't really want the car to take too much. Like, I don't want people to see it right away and not be the focus point in the scene. So I want the focus point in the scene to be the building. So I'm gonna actually add a black color to the car. So we're going to go into, again, face mode, and select all of our faces that are around our car. Actually, instead of doing that, I think if we select everything, let's go and create a new material. So I'm going to copy my window material. Oh, and I'm getting back. We're going to copy our window material and rename it to, say, car body color. And let's rename our window material to car windows, so we know we're talking about the car. So I'm gonna drag it and drop it onto the car, and you can see that it looks like a transparent car. That's because we have transparent on that duplicated material. Alright, so now we have a white car. Let's change that. Let's go back to our project, change that back to car windows, and this also has an alpha, so we want to go back to, oh, and that's not the right. Okay, and then go back into car body color, remove the alpha, and select the black color. There we go. That's looking much better. And then the next thing that I want to do is I want to do the wheels. So let's work on that. So the same thing, let's duplicate the car windows. We're going to call it car wheels. We're going to change it to opaque and remove the alpha, and then assign that to each wheel. I want this color to be a little bit lighter because it's getting lost with the color of the car. So once we assign them all, we can go in and just modify it a tiny bit. There we go. we go back into our game view. That looks okay. Now let's go back into the scene view and assign that same material. Well, let's duplicate the car wheels. And this is gonna be car side mirror. And we're gonna assign it to the side mirrors. And there we go. Okay, so now let's do both of the lights, the headlights. I'm gonna duplicate the car wheels material. And we're gonna say car headlights. I'm gonna assign it to the headlights. And we need to add some lights on the back of the car as well. So I didn't do that on the previous episode, so we'll do that here. And let's actually resize them a tiny bit and move them up right about there. That one back. Let's go into orthographic view, and there we go. Like the one on the right, let's just readjust it a tiny bit. Okay, so now let's go into the upper view, and we're gonna actually move them a tiny bit. There we go. Okay, so we have a material associated with it, which is car headlights. So for the color on that one, I actually want those headlights to be a little transparent. So I'm gonna go into transparency, and I want to modify the alpha a tiny bit, right about there. It's hard to tell, but there's transparency on him. So let's see if we can modify that a little bit more. Oh yeah. You can see the transparency because you can see through and look at the license plate. So let's change this color to be tiny bit darker, or actually let's go make them a little bit yellow, because what's gonna happen is I want this to look like the light is coming out, which is what I'm gonna be doing next. So there we go. So I'm pretty happy with how the car looks like. It reflects the look and feel of the entire scene. So let's go in and readjust the lights. So also let's rename the lights on the back. So I'm gonna call them backlight, right backlight, and this one is gonna be left backlight. Excellent. All right, and now if we look at our spotlight car right and the spotlight car left, it's really hard to tell that they're coming out of the front lights. So if we go back here, you can really tell. So I want to actually change this just a little bit, and right about there. Actually, I'm going to modify the intensity down. It looks like it's too strong. And I want the color. Let's actually go right about there. And then modify the intensity. I don't want that to be that strong. I'm happy with that. And I'm gonna go back to the car windows. Go back to game mode. All right. It just doesn't look like we have transparency on it, and I think it's because of the angle. But if we go and look at the car, there's transparency on the windows. So let's see. So as far as like the front lights, let's go back and select them again and bring them back a tiny bit more. All right, so that looks a little better. Let's right about there. There we go. And let's increase the intensity. Okay, so and then the next thing, if you look at the 40% on of the screen, it's black, and this has a little bit of gray. Might be hard to see, but what I want to do is, that's actually the sky. I want to change the color of the sky a tiny bit more, so we know that is, it's actually the sky. So right about there. Hey guys, thank you so much. I hope you had a good time. So we completed the car. We have all the materials in the car, and the scene is looking a lot better. So if you have any questions, comments about the process that I just showed you, let me know. I'm always available through comments, through Twitter. So thank you again, and don't forget to subscribe and share this video. Thank you.